going on, guys? The Evercade Corner is back with an all-new episode. Had to make this one. We got some news from our guys over at Blaze Entertainment. We got some Evercade news. It is the busy season. It's the hardcore gaming season, and it's usually the time when everybody comes out and makes announcements and releases everything, both on the software side and both on the hardware side. But we knew about this before. I reported on this. But we got some news that Evercade said they would announce in September during the time the pre-orders would go live. The system is set to come out November, I believe November 24th at $149 in the US. Now, they announced, I believe, to be one of the biggest Evercade announcements. They've been listening to the fans as Blaze does. I always gave Blaze props. Blaze has been an excellent company at listening to fans. I've talked to them. I've talked to many of them over there, both on YouTube, both on Instagram, both on Twitter, many forms of social media. And Blaze has finally announced what everybody was begging for. And at some point, there was people, even fans of the system, that said, no, it's not going to happen. I said numerous times, it is eventually. It has to. Yes, CAPCOM is coming to the Evercade. Fantastic announcement, right? Let's break down the walls. Woo! However, there's a little bit of backlash, and it's also coming from both the fans, both people that are kind of on the fence, and then, of course, you got the people that you can't convert over. That's fine. The Evercade's not for everyone. And it's kind of interesting, and I'm going to get to it in this episode, and we're going to talk about it and get your feedback on what you guys think in the comments. Now, let's check it out. I'm going to go to desktop. We're going to check out. So this announcement came with the concerning the new handheld coming out, the EXP, that's coming out in November, that the pre-orders are going live September 6th. Right? Okay. All right, the Evercade EXP brings full support for the Evercade physical cartridge ecosystem, which again, that's the whole thing with the Evercade, is that you get physical cartridges to collect. They're numbered, and they come with a full manual for you old school collectors out there. They're not just ROMs that you download. And they're licensed. They're officially licensed. They're not like knockoffs. With over 380 games available, from Atari to arcade, 8-bit to 32-bit, pixels to 3D. There's something for everyone to enjoy. $149. Available November 24th. Okay. All right, so why was the Capcom announcement made with the EXP? We're going to get to that. So there's different bundles, just like they did with the original handheld and just like they did with the Versus home console. So this one has 18. Notice these words I'm about to say. Built-in games from Capcom. The Evercade EXP features 18 built-in games from world-famous publisher Capcom. That's huge, guys. If you're following Blaze and Evercade and you're an Evercade fan, this is like the granddaddy of them. Out of the box, no download required. You'll have access to 14 arcade greats and 4 home console classics, including Street Fighter II Hyper Fighting, Mega Man, Final Fight, Ghouls and Ghosts, Strider, and Breath of Fire. No slouches, guys. No slouches here. And more, including full tape mode support, meaning if you're playing like a shooter or something, you could turn it vertical and play it vertical. Very cool. Nice high definition. You know about the EXP. We talked about it on here. It's a beautiful system, I believe, for the money. It's a nice system. And here they show, look at that. Okay. China, Japan, Brazil. Look at this. These are some heavy hitters, guys. Blaze is stepping it up. Retro gaming leveled up. The Evercade EXP brings full support for the Evercade physical cartridge ecosystem. Okay, so we talked about that. Now, we're going to address the elephant in the room in a minute. Tape mode, such as Capcom's 1942, love that game, and classic games like Atari Centipede. Ooh. Let's see here. There's a nice box art. It's got Street Fighter II Hyper Fighting. Nice. Mega Man X. Final Fight. Good stuff. There's that nice system there. Really looks nice. A sexy looking system. High resolution. Features the 4.3 IPS screen. That IPS is nice. All right, here's all your inputs. Wi-Fi. It's got the RM Arcade 1 collection. That's right there, the physical cartridge. There's the manual. There's the cartridge. Games like they used to be. Okay. And then they also got there's the Intellivision. You also got a couple other carts coming out. Now, they got they're like purple carts. But they look like this. There's a Commodore 64 one. There's what's the other one? All right, let's see here. I'm jumping ahead down here. Okay, here's the 18 Capcom games. Then we're going to talk a little bit about what the big hubbub is with everybody. 1942 Arcade, 1943 Arcade, 1944 The Loop Master Arcade, Bionic Commando Arcade, Captain Commando Arcade, Final Fight Arcade, Forgotten Worlds Arcade, Ghouls and Ghosts Arcade, Legendary Wings Arcade, Mercs Arcade, Street Fighter II Hyper Fighting Arcade, Strider Arcade, Mega Man 8-bit, Mega Man 2 8-bit, Mega Man X 8-bit, Breath of Fire 16-bit. Okay. I'm going back. Hold on here, guys. Never lose your brain. It's a valuable thing. We're going to talk about what the big hubbub is, what the big stink is with, because I'm reading it more and more. And I knew this was going to come up when this got announced, and I knew this was going to be a problem. And I understand why. I get it. Trust me. We're going to talk about it. So, what could go wrong? Evercade got its biggest collection, biggest publisher ever. Evercade pulled it through. Blaze, right? I say Evercade, but Blaze. The fans wanted it from the beginning, okay? These games are huge. These games are huge. They're why we are who we are today. Street Fighter, Final Fight, Mega Man, Ghouls, everything. What could be the problem? You ask, you shall receive. Couple things, but they're all tied together. The Evercade came out and blew people's minds because not only did they get licensed games, but they got physical media. And they got carts in a clamshell that you could collect that were numbered, that, you know, you went out and you collect it, and they had an actual manual. Old school, and they kept pushing that. And they said, you know, we set ourselves aside from everyone else. We are physical. I'm not going to start singing this song. So that's what we do. That's what we are. That's our thing. And we stand by that. We don't believe in downloading. We don't believe in Wi-Fi. We don't believe in this, that, the other thing. The older Evercades, you had to, you know, do the updates the long way, the hard way. You had to do certain kind of patches and hook it up to a computer and do this. Now with the Evercade EXP, you have Wi-Fi. You could download. You could do whatever, you know, the patches, which that's nice, convenient. But now you have digital. Capcom was only announced digitally and only announced built in on the EXP, meaning in order to play the Capcom collection, you have to buy the new EXP system. I was just reading that somebody literally right before the EXP announcement a few months ago just bought the original handheld, the Evercade handheld that you see in the corner of my overlay here. Not the verses, the handhelds. Stage left. And they're like, now what? I would have waited. But even more, people are mad about the digital. Where's my physical Capcom? On top of that, because it's not even physical, they have to get the new system to get the Capcom collection. They can't just go and get it on physical. And it's built in to the new system. So they're like we're screwed. What happened? So I can understand that. The only thing that, I mean, there's probably many things behind this. Number one, it's great marketing. Number one, it gets you to buy the new system. And, you know, Blaze came right out and they says, we are still fully going to be a physical media company. We are still going to make cartridges. We are still behind cartridges. So I think a couple things. I think it's probably a timed digital release to get you to want to buy the new system so you can get it early. But also, it's probably has to do with money. They probably had to break the bank a bit to get something like Capcom on their system. So maybe it was cheaper for them to cut costs by adding it digitally than making a physical product. Either way, I get it. I get it why people are upset. You know, me, I'm going to get this system anyway. I was already planning on it. But I'm not your average person. I'm your nutcase person. I'm a person that owns almost 10,000 games across 3 gaming rooms, that owns hundreds of systems, that owns rare imports. So I'm not your average gamer. You know, I'm one of the big, gotta have everything, gotta have every bit of tech, gotta be on the pre-order kind of guy. Especially if you're this guy, like I was mentioning, that just bought the regular older handheld. What did he know? Or was it a girl? I don't remember. Could have been both. Hold on here. What's this coming through? So, yeah, interesting. It's like they got the biggest thing they wanted. How could there be room for complaining? Oh my God, Capcom. Oh my God, Street Fighter, Mega Man. Oh my God, Final Fight. Oh my God, 1942. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Digital only. Have to buy the new system. I kind of understand where all the backlash is coming from. Interesting. Yeah, who wouldn't love to have that Capcom physical? And again, it is forcing you to get the new system. Makes you wonder, are they going to have a digital store? Like I said, the whole thing was Evercade is going to be physical. Evercade is a physical media. That was their whole thing. What do you think about in the comments below? I'd love to hear from you. Are you an Evercade guy? What do you think about the whole digital thing? What do you think about Capcom Collection being tied to the new system? And let me know. I'm interested to hear what you have to say. Take care, guys. Until the next episode, I'll be seeing you. Be well, guys. Be safe.